problems dealing with properties of exponents. Okay, we have some challenge problems here. Here is the problem that I'm dealing with right here. It says 4 to the power of -2 times 7 to the power of -2. Now here's something interesting. What do you notice about this problem? You'll notice that these exponents are exactly the same. So it's kind of a cool rule. If the exponents are exactly the same, then and only then are you allowed to multiply these numbers together. So what is 4 times 7? 28 to the power of -2. Now we're going to do this, we're going to do it in calculator so you guys can kind of see what's happening. Okay? So if I have, let's say, 2 to the power of 2, just an example, times 3 to the power of 2. These exponents are the same. Okay? We already know what 2 squared is, right? 2 squared is 4. 3 squared is 9. So we should get a total of 36. We press enter. However, watch this. What is 2 times 3? 2 times 3 is 6. What is 6 squared also equal to? 36. So there's a rule that you guys can do to help things on these particular problems. Go back. This right here is equal to 1 over 28 squared. Because anytime you have a negative exponent, if you want to make it positive, all you have to do is just put it down in the denominator. Now, right now it says choose all answers that apply. If I multiply those together, that gets me 28 to the power of -4, and that is not the same. So right now the only answer choice that will work will be answer choice B. We'll do another one, okay? This is the power property. All I'm going to do is I have 5 to the power of 3 times 5 squared to the power of 4. Now there's 2 different ways you can do this. You can use what's called the product property right here. And the product property allows us to take the 3 and the 2 and add them together. So if you wanted to, you could convert that to 5 to the power of 5. And then apply the power property. And 5 times 4 gets me a total of 20. Okay? So my answer would be 5 to the power of 20. But I could also use the power property, just like this, and do 5 to the power of 12 times 5 to the power of 8. And then use the product property, which allows you to add the exponents together, and that gives you 5 to the power of 20. So this particular answer is going to be 5 to the power of 20, which is not this, and is definitely not this. Okay, so right now this answer is going to be none of these. Alright, now we're dealing with, where did they make a mistake? So here we go. Now, by the way, what do we already know about the power of 0? What's that automatically? Actually, I would actually do one step. I wouldn't do all this work. I would do one step. Because what do we know about anything to the power of 0? What's it always equal to? 1. 1. So you know what? That would be my step. So, Natalie, you're doing way too much work. Alright? When I say Natalie, that's the person. Right. Now, what did you notice about Natalie? Natalie right there. Now, what do you notice about these powers? What do you notice about them? They're the same, right? They're the same. Now, what is that? If these powers are the same, what am I allowed to do with those two numbers? I can multiply them together. So did she do step 1 correctly? Yeah, she did that. She didn't do anything wrong. Okay? Then step 2, she has a power of 0. What type of property is that right there? That's called the power property. What's -3 times 0?
-3 times 0
0. So she did that right. -3 times 0 is 0. But what does she not know? That 8 to the power of 0 is 1. So where did she mess up? Step 3. That's where she messed up.
You dropped the nickel.
She dropped the ball now. But actually, Natalie, what I would tell you is, listen, anything right here, I don't care what it is, If you raise that sucker to the power of 0, what's your answer going to be? 1. So right now, we'll just say you messed up on step 2. There we go. Neil, which property is being utilized right there? What property? What would you guys say? This one right there. I'll give you it. Starts with the cube. I'll give you it. Starts with the cube.
Quotient.
Yeah. Quotient. What are you allowed to do with these exponents? You're allowed to do -6 minus open parentheses -4. She did step 1 correctly. That's the quotient property. So, -6 plus 4 gets me 5 to the -2. So that part is right. But what does 5 to the -2 actually mean? If I wanted to make it positive, that's 1 over 5 squared. Anytime you want to make a negative exponent positive, all you're going to do is just shift it underneath a 1. So she did step 1, she did step 2, and she did step 3 correctly. So she didn't make a mistake. Oh, sorry, he. Okay. Sorry, no. All right, last one. Right here. Can I take, these are the same. Am I allowed to add those numbers together? Using the product property, I am allowed to take that exponent and add it to that exponent to get 4 to the power of -5. That step is right. That's the power property. What should Chris should have simplified this to? It shouldn't be a -2. What should that be? Technically,
15.
-15. Because -5, this is the power property. This right here, this is what's called the product property. This is what's called the power property. And honestly, the final answer would not be 1 over 4 squared. Does anybody know what the final answer would be if you got it right? That should be a -15. So what should his final answer be? What do you think? 1 over what? 4 to the power of positive 15. That's what he should have written down. 1 over 4 to the power of positive 15. So where did he go wrong?
Step 2.
Step 2. He went wrong in step 2. Yeah.
Bible verses on it.
All right. That's it.
Some Bible verses. Some biblical.